Welcome to Demasked. Today I'll be talking about how the SIVs, the strong, independent victims, aka the Stunted Infantilized Virtue Signallers, man, I've gone really bold, aren't I? Fuck. How they use drama as a weapon. Drama is the fuel of the SIVs. It is what gives them meaning a lot of the time, unfortunately. And it can be broken down into a process that is consistent amongst all of the SIVs. And it will be used usually at the beginning stages of a relationship when you least expect it, in order for it to create the most damage. So, drama, detach, is the first step to creating drama. For no reason, there will be a cold shoulder. Things go on fine. There's a detachment. They want to make you feel insecure. They want to make you see if you'll get angry. They want to see if you'll apologize for doing nothing. They want to see how you will react. A lot of the time, the detachment can be in the form of a dummy breakup, where they'll break up with you and not really intend it. If you accept it, they'll often chase you. If you apologize for nothing, they'll accept you back. Because then you've either categorized yourself as a doormat or a chad. And they want that clarity. They want to know who wears the pants. If you try and assert yourself, then you'll likely be broken up with, unfortunately, in most cases, because the drama is done for the SIV to assert their dominance or assert where they stand as the submissive. But whether they are asserting themselves as the dominant or the submissive, it is a form of manipulation, which will later be used to abuse you. Now, a good example of this process could be that you are in a relationship with a SIV. Things seem to be going fine. They detach. You try and understand what's going on. It is the seeking of logical understanding that most non-SIVs will play into, where they're trying to find a cause and effect reason, often within themselves, what they have, as a non-SIV, have done to create this dynamic where it is all a fantasy in the SIV's mind. The lack of external logic is what gives the SIVs power in this dynamic, because they are detaching for illogical reasons, and the non-SIV is looking for logical reasons. They have the power because the non-SIV is trying to find something that doesn't exist. It's a fabrication, a fantasy. And all that matters to the SIV is the reaction that you give. Often no reaction is the most powerful reaction, but what I find is that's really boring. Drama is done more by SIVs who are the more boring they are as an individual, the less character traits that they possess, the more drama that they will create to try and extract them out of you. So the reaction that you give them will help them identify themselves in the relationship. It will help assert where they stand and also help them form their identity around that. Because outside of the drama, the more boring a Civ is, the more they need drama to assert their identity, not just their position in a relationship. The manipulation will be carried out through various methods. For the covert, the manipulation will be them trying to bad guy you, make it seem like you've done something wrong when you've done nothing. And that will confuse you. You'll try and you'll react in a way that is based on logic and reason, but they'll often perceive it as just insecurity. They'll manipulate you into trying to make you look like the bad guy. The overt narcissistic Civ will manipulate you through triangulation by demonstrating their other options, showing them to you in your face. Or in the case of the covert narcissistic Civ, they may do this by not being available when you usually see them, so that you start to get paranoid that they are seeing other people. The end game of the drama cycle is abuse. They want to be abused, or they want to abuse you. Either way, they're getting energy from you. They're getting your character traits to define themselves. And it is giving them fuel through the abuse. It is giving them power, because if you abuse them, they have legal power. If they abuse you, you've given them your personal power. Now, something that is not very commonly talked about in the online realm about the Civs is the intention. So the drama is, the intention behind the drama is, as I discussed before, it is for them to form their identity around. Now, another, possibly the main motivation for drama in a relationship with a Civ, if you can read this, is maximizing the hurt. So we often think of like these hypergamous Civs as simply only wanting money, resources, things that are logical and practical, as us non-Civs would expect, as a selfish person would want. But a huge portion of them, I'd even go far to say at this point that it could be the majority, the intention is to hurt you as much as possible. And it might sound like, oh, I'm just bitter, who hurt you, blah, 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 yeah, I've heard them all before. But like, if you take a step back and look at the behaviors that a lot of these Civs demonstrate, the only logical motivation can be to hurt you. Just think about what's happened in your life dealing with the Civs. How rational did their behavior seem without this intention? Why did they do X, Y, and Z, where the only effect of it was to bring you emotional pain? Now, yeah, sure, they might want to hurt you to try and increase their power to create more drama. Or they might just want to hurt you to feel good about themselves, to boost their own ego, because their identity is minuscule and they need that hurt to prove their identity. So it's just something to think about. Donate to my crypto in the link below, and I'll see you in the next video.